Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another Real Madrid review. Celta Vigo 1, Real Madrid 2. You know what? I gotta hold my hands up and I gotta say fair play to Real Madrid for getting the job done and getting the win away at a tough ground against a side that obviously are playing well, they're doing well, they're, in the hunt for not Champions League, Conference League football. And I said that we were gonna lose, and I did also say that I want to be proven wrong by the players, and lo and behold, they did prove me wrong. So fair enough. Um, it was just one of those where, on paper, prior to the game, there wasn't anything to suggest that Real Madrid were going to turn up, especially looking at our past two games. Before that, when we lost to Getafe and Osasuna, when we have that sort of light switch when we can turn on or turn off, and away games are always going to be difficult. But we got the job done, and that is something that I'm just going to say, you know, I'm happy with. It's not a perfect performance. It's not crazy. You're not gonna get it. If you're still waiting for Real Madrid to play at home or away and give you a perfect performance, a five-star performance, no, you're not gonna get it. But I will say that I'm really content with just winning. I think at this time of the season, it's difficult, especially with the circumstances of what's going on at Real Madrid. This club, this institution is a mess. To pick up points is the most important. I still don't think we'll win La Liga. I still don't think we'll win the Champions League. But like I said many times, I want to be proven wrong. And if we miraculously win either of those two competitions, fair enough. But if we're gonna base it on game by game, how we play in terms of that consistency, how consistent are we going to play? How consistent are we going to keep ourselves at the levels that we're going to keep ourselves at? I don't think it's good enough. And we beat Celta Vigo, great win. But if we had beaten Getafe and Osasuna as well, yeah, I would say, you know what, fair enough. Or at least if we had drawn those other two games and picked up two more points, and we're still sort of in it. We're still in it, and we're now 4 points again behind. Because I think last night or the night before, Barcelona beat Athletic Club, so they are now back 4 points ahead. But 4 points is significant, guys. I mean, it is. So there's no belief in that we're gonna do it. 4 points in 11 games is, let's see. But yeah, I mean, in terms of this game alone, just in itself, as we always talk about, I thought it was a decent 6 out of 10 display. It wasn't anything crazy, but I don't think it was, oh, we didn't turn up but we got lucky. I thought we did alright. We didn't get lucky. I don't think that's a fair criticism or opinion to have. But I think we didn't play particularly well either. But few players I want to shout out from the get go. General Mendy, aka Ferland Mendy. Look, he has been written off so many times, and personally I did as well. But if this guy can stay fit, he is a great player. If Mendy can stay fit, and that's the problem, he can't. Which is the reason why he has to go, because he can't stay fit. Not because he's not good enough when he's fit, because when he's fit, and if he can stay fit for, let's say, 80% of the season, he would arguably be our starting left back still. And you could say, oh, Carreras has been better. Yes, Carreras has been better. He has been good. But he is still a guy, a player, who is young and has mistakes in him. And I still look at Carreras at times, and when he plays up against certain wingers who are quick or skillful or tricky, who are comfortable with both feet, trying to turn him in and then go out again. When he faces a winger who possesses real quality on the right hand side, I I'm still a little bit suspect of him defensively. A little bit. I think he's a good defensive left back, but sometimes he can get caught away with some, and I think again there is still a lot of growth and learning opportunities for him. But Mendy's experienced. He has played against some of the best wingers. I mean, Champions League finals against the likes of Salah, for example. He's done really well against many players across the years. So I think Mendy was incredible. Pretty sure he made was it a last ditch tackle, if I'm not mistaken, towards the end, before we scored, I believe. Let me go and have a look actually. Yeah, so Ferland Mendy, yeah, last ditch recovery that resulted in the Fede Valverde winning goal. So, really good from him. One of the men of the match, for sure. But I think my man of the match is still gonna be Aurelien Tchouaméni. I thought he was brilliant. Look, the goal we considered, I would sort of say he could have done a lot better. But I thought that was just an overall defensive, mistake. Long ball over the top. Trent gets caught up by Svedberg. Can't get my words out today. He gets caught up by Svedberg. Svedberg, strong, cuts inside, puts a really good ball into the box for Iglesias. And, you look at Asensio, Rudiger, and Tchouaméni in the center of the box. They are just bystanders. They're just watching. And it's not good enough. When a dangerous ball gets put in for a striker in the box, an opponent striker, you have to try to get your body there. You have to try to, tackle it away. Even if, okay, there is a risk of giving a penalty away. I get that. But you can't just stand there. You have to try to do something. And again, I look at Asensio and Rudiger. They were not the closest to Iglesias. Tchouaméni was. And I thought he didn't do particularly well on that play, but he's got a good goal. He had, I think, 3 shots before his goal anyways, 3 shots in the first 10 minutes. Then his 4th shot resulted in the goal. He was ruthless going forward, but still defensively pretty alright. My man of the match for sure. And that is now man of the match in our last 3 wins, isn't it? He got it against Benfica, I believe, and the other Benfica game, I believe, as well, and obviously against Celta Vigo. So I believe there is now 3 man of the match performances from him in a row, and back-to-back goals in all competitions as well. He's just such an important piece to this team. People who always criticize him need to realize that he is our most consistent midfielder, definitely. When you look at all round, defensively or going forward, if you look at all the midfielders that we have that are currently fit or have been fit, so when you consider Ceballos and Bellingham, for example, and you compare those 2 of them and Goulet and Fede Valverde and Camavinga, for example, you look at these 6 midfielders that we got that are senior players. I'm not going to consider Pitash. Tchouaméni is by far the most consistent, but I don't think he has had the best, individual one-off performance. But every game, I feel like he's averaging a 6.5 to 7 rating out of 10, whereas I feel like the other guys could give you a 9 or 10 out of 10, but they could also go and give you a 2 or 3 out of 10. And I do feel like I would rather every game 7s than every game 9-2, 9-2, 9-2, for example. So for me, he is the most consistent by far in the midfield. He's such an important pillar to this team. People don't understand that, because if he's not in the team, you will see the drop off. Because I have said this many times, Camavinga cannot play the 6. He's not physical enough. He's a technical player. He's not physical enough for the number 6. Him and Tchouaméni actually complement each other really well. But now that we have Fede Valverde back in the team, we cannot go with the 2 of them, the 2 Frenchmen. So we have to play Valverde and Goulet and Tchouaméni, I would say. But yeah, really good performance there from Tchouaméni as well. Um, any other players? I thought Fede Valverde was pretty decent. Um, yeah, I thought the team. I don't think there was. I don't think there was really any so-called poor performances. Um, I did. I did feel like we had Mendy and Tchouaméni who were the standouts, and then the rest were all pretty decent. So yeah, um, really, really not too bad from the players. Let's talk about the goals. First goal, short corner. Um, this was definitely worked in the training ground. Trent and Goulet playing it short. Other Goulet puts the ball into the box in a really dangerous position because it was no one was marking Tchouaméni. Um, he was already in there, and he is a player who can strike. He can strike the ball from distance. We have seen it. I think he scored 2 seasons ago against Mallorca, I believe. Away from home, he's got a banging goal. This is a player who can score goals. And when we say goals, when he strikes them, so take away headed goals, a lot of his strike with his feet are bangers or from longer range, right? It's not as crazy as Fede Valverde's, but Aurelien Tchouaméni has some great goals in his catalogue as well. That goes in. Like I said, he already had 3 shots before this corner, which resulted in his goal. He was looking hungry to score, which is kind of crazy for a defensive mid. But yeah, then long ball forward for Svedberg. Yeah, Trent just gets caught up, and Svedberg puts the ball in for Iglesias to make it 1-1. Then it was just so goddamn boring, honestly. But the last minute goal is, I think, a slightly controversial one, although I don't understand where the controversial is. Um, Manuel Angel, who is a Castilla player, came on towards the end, um, and he won the ball. I forgot of who, but basically he won the ball from the Celta Vigo player. The Celta Vigo player went down. Um, he must have felt something. But if you look at the tackle, it wasn't like as if he literally just stepped on him. Like he didn't just step on his ankle or shin or anything. He won the ball, and yes, there was contact whilst he won the ball, which is going to be painful, but I don't think it quite as a foul. I really don't think you can. And the referee said he played the ball, which I think is fair. Then he got the ball into Vinny Jr., back to Manuel Angel, and then to Tchouaméni, outright to Trent. Trent puts a ball into the box, which was harmless really because we didn't have anyone in the box, so that was a really pointless cross. But we got lucky because the Celta Vigo player cleared it only as far as Fede Valverde takes the shot at the edge of the box, and it takes a massive deflection. That was the most cheesy goal you'll ever see. Literally, you win the ball back just about. Then, it goes to the right hand side, the switch of play. It goes to Trent, who puts a harmless ball, right? Literally anyone who faces that will just clear it as far as they can. But the Celta Vigo player faced it, cleared it only as far as Fede Valverde, and then the shot wasn't even like a typical Fede Valverde goal where it's like, oh, he just smashed it. He literally shot it basically nowhere. It was literally going probably straight to the keeper, and he takes a massive deflection into the corner and the back of the net. Like, that is the most luckiest, cheesiest goal you'll ever see. Literally. But no one cares because we'll take it. We'll take it, right? But yeah, I mean, that was a really good performance in terms of, I would say, the fight back towards the end, because I thought, a lot of times when we are losing or drawing, you just look at these players and they don't care. But I thought this time around it was a little bit better. And like I said, the performance was alright. it wasn't crazy, but it is 3 points. And ultimately, right now, the 3 points is all that we care about. Regardless of whether we win La Liga or not, the 3 points is still the most important, because at least mathematically, it puts us in, I wouldn't say fighting chance, I wouldn't say even like a fighting position, but at least we're still there or thereabouts. And ultimately, I don't think we'll win it, but at least we're there. So, that's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, let me know what thoughts are down below. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel on already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.